It was November 9th, 1989. For 28 years, the Berlin Wall had stood as a defiant symbol of the Cold War, dividing a city, a country, and a world. On this night, thousands of East Germans were planning to gather in the city's central square to protest the communist regime. They wanted to tear down the wall that had kept them imprisoned in their own country, but the government had other plans. They sent in riot police to break up the protest, and when the police arrived at the wall, they found themselves in a standoff with the crowd. Things were tense, and the crowd began to chant, "Open the gate, open the gate." And in that moment, a police officer named Harald Jäger made a fateful decision. He opened the gate. Jäger was just trying to de-escalate the situation. He never imagined that his actions would have such far-reaching consequences. But once he opened the gate, the crowd surged forward, and the wall was breached. People from both sides of the wall began to tear down the barrier brick by brick. And by the next morning, it was completely gone. It was one of the most iconic images of the 20th century, a symbol of freedom and democracy, triumphing over tyranny and oppression. But not everyone was happy about the wall's destruction. The leaders of East Germany were furious with Harald Jäger. They saw him as a traitor who had betrayed his country. But Jäger never wavered. He knew that what he had done was right. He had opened the wall, allowing people to escape to the west, and ultimately helping to bring down the communist regime in East Germany. For his actions, Jäger was arrested and put on trial. The charges against him were serious. He was accused of treason, which could have him imprisoned for up to 10 years. But in the end, he was acquitted of all charges. The judge ruled that Jäger had acted in self-defense and that his actions did not constitute treason. In the years since the fall of the Berlin Wall, Jäger has become a hero of democracy. He is seen as the man who brought down the wall and ended the Cold War, but he is also a reminder of the human cost of the conflict. He was just an ordinary man who found himself in an extraordinary situation. But his courage in standing up for what he believed in helped to bring about the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new era of freedom and democracy. If you want to hear more stories like this one, stay tuned for more information.